I write all the things I'm grateful for. And as I'm doing it while I'm writing, I can feel, and I'm sure that many people who does the same, has felt the same. I feel the space I was talking to you before, like a space of love, of healing, and then some things that have happened in my life the day before, or that they are happening right now, or maybe I can have some argue with someone at that moment in my life, and that kind of appears, but not in an emotional way. I don't know if I'm not sure if you understand me. If it
Mm-hmm,
appears
mm-hmm.
like in a clean way for you to be aware of it and just to let it go.
Yeah.
And if there is some kind of solution, just you just feel the solution.
Welcome to the Gratitude Podcast on www.georgianbenta.com, where you'll hear a new story each week that will inspire more gratitude in your own life. Our mission is to inspire 100,000 people to discover how to feel gratitude and live a happy life through the amazing life stories of our successful guests and their actionable tips. And now, the host of our podcast, Georgian Benta.
Hi, Gratitude Seeker. Welcome to a new episode of the Gratitude Podcast. This is a special edition with one of our new Circle of Joy award winners, Vanessa Miralles. She's from Spain, from Barcelona, and she's actually right there right now, and she's in a park in the beautiful city of Barcelona. Welcome, Vanessa.
Thank you, Georgian. Welcome.
It's such a pleasure to have you here. For people that don't know what the Circle of Joy Award is, it's for people that have taken the time each day to write in their gratitude journal, in the app that Justin Sebastian, my friend, has built, and in a way to in which we could appreciate their effort. We are giving them the chance to be on the Gratitude Podcast, and it is for me a great pleasure to speak with people that have managed to create this habit and to look for to seek the gratitude, to look for the things that they are grateful for in their life. So, Vanessa, how did you start with the gratitude app?
Okay, I started with gratitude journal because I was following uh, I was doing the rebirthing therapy. It's a kind of breathing, and it was part of it. So starting a gratitude journal was a part of the daily basis, and I looked at the Play Store for gratitude, and it appeared the 365 app of Justin, which is amazing, and that's it. That's how it started.
Beautiful, beautiful. So, firstly, I I want us to get a feel of where you are because you described Barcelona in such a beautiful manner before we got to record that I think it will be something very beautiful for our listeners to find out as well.
Yeah. Um, Barcelona, for the ones that haven't visited yet, is a beautiful city. I am grateful to live here. And I would like to say that not only we have beautiful places, beaches, mountains, museums, art, but also the people who live here is very, very warm. So if you ever have to come to work here or for whatever reason, you will find that people is welcoming you, and the people comes to you to talk, helps you whenever they can, and it's really a pleasure to live here just for that reason.
That's beautiful. It's actually I haven't been to Barcelona yet, but from what I've heard and from what I've seen, it's one of the most beautiful cities in the world. And yeah, it's also I'm a soccer fan, and my
You like
favorite.
Messi?
Pardon?
You like Messi?
Yeah, and the whole team. Like I'm a big fan, and I think one of the things that I like about the football club is the fact that um, they they do what they do with grace somehow. Like they create art out of this game. Like it's not just competition, but it's also art somehow. And I think that you can find that in Barcelona as well. Like it's full of
Yeah,
art, and
yeah,
uh, that's such a beautiful thing, and it's so important for us. I've actually seen a YouTube video about um, architecture and how it impacts our mood. The
yeah,
fact that whenever, at least for instance in Romania, we have lots of communist flats, like they are just gray and really simple and no art, no anything. And I've seen, for instance, Vienna or other cities that are full of art, and you get the beautiful feeling just by walking around and just seeing the beauty that you find on the streets. And the fact that the people are also warm, I didn't know much about that because I haven't been there. I think it actually makes for a place that um, I would say makes it a little bit easier to find
yeah,
gratitude. Am I right?
yeah. Totally, totally, totally. Because life is life, and sometimes you can feel happy, and sometimes you can feel down. And when you feel down, and you can walk in the street, and you can find people who come to you to say hello, or they just say hello because they are happy, or that is, for me, it's really, really important. And these kind of people, you can find it here.
I have a tendency to be independent and to uh, like rely on myself as much as possible. But the fact that we have these human interactions
Yeah,
are is so fulfilling, and they make us feel so grateful. The fact that we are, uh,
absolutely.
yeah, like we receive all kinds of little helps, or at least beautiful words, or just human interaction is
Yes,
something really beautiful.
it's really important. And also, we are living in era of social media, of image, of and there is a little tendency to lose this personal contact and only talk with your really close friends. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And and I think it's really important to keep it, because, for example, now you can be at the park, you can be feeding the pigeons, and for example, I'm watching a lot of senior people here, and I don't know, I know that there are so many people that are feeling lonely, and they only need you to say hello to them, or how are you, good morning. It's really, for me, it's super important that.
Mm,
And I
that,
do it, I try to do it every day.
oh, so you do that as well?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, that's amazing. That's amazing. So you are like a real citizen of Barcelona, and
No, it's just I try just to do what I would like people to do to me. So
mm,
maybe there's always someone who has to start. So if you are aware of it, why don't you start? Just it.
ah, I love that. That's such a beautiful idea,
Thank you.
and you're actually making the world a better place, like for real, with these kinds of actions, and then that's so beautiful. And you
Yeah,
are,
because we are sometimes we are so fulfilled of theories of this or that, or because I read this, but why don't we do something? Just do something, little actions. Uh, For, uh, for example, I don't know. When I was at the university, I was such an intellectual person,
Mhm.
and I really thought that ideas were everything. And there is a moment in life when kind of you discover that, yeah, you may have super good ideas, but if you don't do something, if you don't go to the street, if you don't start doing little things, your ideas will never, never, never manifest.
Mm. That's so true. That's so true.
Hmm.
I love that. I love that. And how did you feel like after writing each day about gratitude? How did your life change? How did your perspective change about your life?
Okay, so I would like to say that when I started the gratitude journal, and it's also in the post we do at the 365 community,
Mhm.
it's there. So I started the journal and with this rebirthing therapy because I was going through a very toxic relation,
Mhm.
and and then when I started to feel grateful about little things, because there was a moment when I was just really sad. I didn't want to get up in the morning. I didn't want to eat. I am sure that there are many people who have felt this also. And
Definitely.
yeah, and I just started to feel grateful and to write it about whatever. Okay, I am eating pizza today. I love pizza. Thank you for the pizza. Uh, Thank you for these trousers. Thank you for waking up today. For when you start, maybe you feel okay. This is ridiculous or something. You can have these kind of feelings, but just go on. Just go on. Just keep on doing it. Keep on doing it, and then it's a you have like a sensation of going into a space, and I like to call that space the space of love, because you start to realize that you are grateful for so many things, that you kind of are blessed, that your life is has a lot of meaning. And I think, and really this is, I am about to cry right now, but I think, and I'm sure, and I have experienced it, that gratitude is is a tool of love. Is the tool of
Wow.
love. I'm sure maybe there are more tools, but this is one, and it's so powerful. And if you just keep on doing it, maybe today you're feeling sad, maybe tomorrow you are feeling whatever, but just keep on doing it. Don't stop. Don't stop. And yeah, it does make a real difference in my life.
That's so encouraging and so beautiful. Could you expand a little bit on this, on the fact that you feel that gratitude is a tool of love?
Yeah, yeah, of course, and also links to the 365 app, which has been very helpful,
Mm-hmm.
because even if I speak to this to some friends, and they say, yeah, but it's just an app. Yeah, but inside this app there is a community, and this community is going through the same as you. And the if you know, if you knew, Georgian, how many days I have felt, because there are, when you're going through something like that is very intense in your life, and that relation was really intense, and I had to go through that to realize about many things and to become aware of many things.
Mm-hmm.
When you have a community that is supporting you, and they are supporting you just by being grateful for their lives, they are not even talking to you directly, but you feel that there is a place of, I don't know how to call it, but for me it's like a balm. It's I'm really grateful to Justin to have created this, and I hope that this grows, because I really feel that has a true potential.
And
That's the only thing I can say right now.
definitely, definitely. The fact that you see other people writing about what they're grateful for, and it gives you inspiration, and it makes you
Yeah,
think about the those
exactly.
things in your life as well.
Exactly. And you feel really connected to those people even if you don't know them.
Mm-hmm,
And
mm-hmm.
yeah, yeah.
That's beautiful, and it's one of the reasons why I love 365 gratitude so much, and why we have done this collaboration, because I really believe that uh, having a community of people, of like-minded people, is so important, and it's
Yeah,
so
yeah, absolutely. Yeah,
yeah.
and there's sometimes when the app like kind of invites you to make a post of to the community, and
Mm-hmm.
sometimes I'm sure that if there are people of this app and people whoever that listens to it, sometimes you really, when you write something, you're really feeling it from the bottom of your heart, and kind of, me sometimes I was okay, only people from this app can see this, it's like, go on, do it. and
Mm-hmm.
and I have some of my posts have been very, deep feelings, and when you realize that people have seen what you have written, and maybe they write you something like, oh, I went through the same, or I don't know, I I have never ever felt that on on other kind of
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
social media, to say. I would say
Exactly.
that this is different.
Yeah, I really think of it as a like a positive social media in which
Yeah,
it's only about gratitude, and of course
yeah,
uh, there are challenges and all kinds of things, but when you see so much positivity and so much gratitude, it inspires you, it makes you
yeah,
think differently about your own life and about
yeah,
your own things that you're grateful for. But I'm really curious to see how you see gratitude as a tool of love, and I
yeah.
think this is a very beautiful concept.
Yeah, so me, every morning when I wake up, I not only I write in the 365 app, but also I write in a proper journal, a paper journal. I write all the things I'm grateful for. And as I'm doing it while I'm writing, I can feel, and I'm sure that many people who does the same, has felt the same. I feel the space I was talking to you before, like a space of love, of healing, and then some things that have happened in my life the day before, or that they are happening right now, or maybe I can have some argue with someone at that moment in my life, and that kind of appears, but not in an emotional way. I don't know if I'm not sure if you understand me. If it
Hmm.
appears
Hmm.
like in a clean way for you to be aware of it and just to let it go.
Yeah.
And if there is some kind of solution, just you just feel the solution. And what can I say? I mean, it it works for everything, and it also, uh, as I'm writing my journal, I can feel more empowered. I can feel more ¿cómo se dice? How do you say it in English? I feel more me, more real, more open. As I'm writing, sometimes there are things that I write that I'm thankful for, that it's kind of difficult for me to, because especially when when they are things of myself, because I don't know, it depends of the person. For me, it's easier to be grateful of things of out of me. And when it
Hmm.
comes to me, like for example, I'm writing. I'm thankful for my patience. And there is something in my body that is like, ooh, ooh.
Hmm.
But exactly, it is like, ooh, really? But you really feel it. It's like, yes, I'm thankful for my patience. I have patience. I am patient. And then you go on. It heals you. It heals you
That's
totally.
so beautiful. That's so beautiful. It's actually helping you see those qualities
Yeah,
better and to
yeah,
appreciate them more.
yeah. And then you realize that you kind of everything, and then you realize that things are not good or bad. They are just how they are.
Hmm.
And then you realize that your mother was not so bad. And then you even realize that you love her, and it's like, wow. And yeah, it's amazing.
That's amazing. That's amazing. And I'm sure that for some people, getting to that level is something that's really really hard, and it's beautiful that, like you said, indeed it is a tool of love, and
Yeah, yeah,
it can get you to from resentment basically to love,
yeah.
right?
And also you you discover how vast, you call it like this in English, vast,
Hmm.
how vast love is. I mean, we are told by television, by movies, by wherever, that love is a certain thing. Love is relations. Love is a romantic thing. Love is, for me right now, and I am just seeing a little bit of it. But for me right now, love is the force that moves the world. But really,
Wow, that's beautiful, and it's very true, and it's very true.
yeah.
And how do you see that that love is the force that is moving the world?
So I can see it in every little thing. I can see it, like, for example, sometimes uh, I can, for imagine I am super stressed at work. The boss has told me to do a lot of things. I don't have time for it, for nothing. Uh, I had an appointment with my friend, and they say no at the last time. That there are moments in your life when you are like, woof,
Yeah.
and then kind of you become aware of it, like, I am stressed. And you it's I don't know how to say it. It's You can use gratitude, but it's not even using. You can uh, you can become aware of anything in your life.
Yeah.
You can anything, even the most little thing, and then you realize that everything is consciousness. In the end, everything is love. Anything that could happen to you, anything, any algae you had, any, maybe you have a lot of work you start doing. If you cannot do it, you talk to your boss, like, relaxed. And I don't know, it's you just, I don't know how to explain it in words, but it's a feeling.
Mhm. That's beautiful. I actually have the words for that,
Tell me.
in the sense that it's from a scientific point of view, is the fact that we can, through gratitude and love, we can get to parts of our brain that we cannot when we are in a stressed situation.
Hmm.
Because, for instance, when we are stressed, and this is not just a few minutes, but we are stressed for quite a while,
Yeah,
it actually makes us uh, blind to
yeah,
solutions. It makes us blind to the possibility of us feeling better. And it's, yeah, it makes a lot of sense. And I totally resonate with what you're saying, because in my search in spirituality and self-development, um, and in different traditions, what I found to be in common everywhere were these two values, love and gratitude.
Mm.
And I think they combine themselves very beautifully.
Yeah.
And yeah, I love the way you combine them, and I think that's quite brilliant.
Thank you.
So we're nearing our the end of our time together, and I wanted to ask you right now what you're grateful for. What are the things in your life that you appreciate and that make you happy?
Okay, so right now I am really grateful for my daughter, Chloe, because we are getting, and she's starting at that age, that difficult age of a pre-adolescence, and I am becoming aware that everything is changing, and that's I try to enjoy every moment I have with her. And sometimes I have a lot of work, and she tells me, "Mom, can you come to play with Barbies with me?" And I really, baby, don't have the time. But there is, you know, I am thankful right now for being able to set my priorities in life and not letting the so-called priorities tell me what to do. So
That's beautiful.
yeah, and with this, I also want to say that gratitude helps you to break all this. I don't know how to call it. System thing, or that kind of program that we all have, the way we have been educated, the way people told us that we were this or we were that. Gratitude helps you to break all that and to become the real you, and to become real, and that's it. And yeah, there are so many things I'm grateful for right now. I'm grateful for the food I'm going to eat just after this interview because the landlord just fixed the one thing in my kitchen, and I was not able to cook, so I'm going to really enjoy my food today.
Awesome. Awesome. Beautiful, beautiful. Actually, food is one of those things that we can enjoy and be thankful for each day,
Yeah,
since we have to eat, and
yeah,
we get
and
to
and
choose.
yeah, and Jordan, if you ever come to Barcelona, you will really see why people say that Spanish food is one of the best of the world, because if you come here, I will take you to the to restaurants.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I would love that. Like I'm a foodie myself, and I really appreciate food and the kind of food that you can experience in different parts of the world. And yeah, I'm definitely uh, looking forward to that.
Okay.
Um, so thank you so much for your time. I will. I think it would be best for you to get to to eat.
Yeah.
I'm sure you're looking forward to that as well, and I'm really happy that we've spent this time together. And thank you so much for everything that you shared with me and with our listeners.
Thank you very much, Georgian, and also thank you to the 365 app.
Hey, Gratitude Seeker, thank you so much for taking the time to listen to this interview. I really appreciate it. And if you could think of one person that would also benefit from it, share it with them. It might actually be the inspiration that they need to make their day or maybe even their life much better. Thank you so much once again. This has been Georgian Benta. Don't forget to keep seeking and spreading gratitude.